And today I am joined by the incredibly talented Berlin-based electronic musician Jacob Groening to talk all about his music and how he's been keeping busy in this crazy year. Hi Jacob, how are you?
Hi, hey, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Of course. So massive congratulations, first of all. Your new EP, XX, was released this month and it's incredible. What was your creative process like behind the album?
Oh, thank you so much. You like it. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, the creative process was, it's like two different things, but it was also in 2020. Of course, I did the productions in 2020. That's also obviously the name where it's coming from. This, yeah, and yeah, I was like on a dinner from a friend of mine. I was invited to a dinner, and it was like a Persian dinner. So she's from Iran, and her parents were visiting, and yeah, then at the end it was like this, yeah, super nice traditional dinner. It was after the first lockdown, so we were like allowed to meet a little bit, I think. And then yeah, we had this nice dinner, and then they were also making a little concert, and were, yeah, and I was just inspired by her. She was playing on the piano, and then her mother was singing. And I was like, yeah, it was really nice and was kind of inspiring. And I asked her like spontaneously if her mom would like to join me in the studio the next day, the following day. So yeah, we just recorded some stuff, some let's say lines the next day. And yeah, it was very spontaneous. And then, yeah, when I had time again to produce, so, I mean, I had a lot of time to produce. So I, yeah, went very, yeah, into this material, and yeah, those two tracks like XX and also La Doc came out of this. And yeah, and then the other song, it is like more like these interludes. This like the first one, this For You is more, yeah, like a pattern I was playing on the synthesizer, and I was, yeah, just inspired by a song I listened to on the bike before. It was like, I think, Tretemöller something, and I was just, yeah, like right away like taking this same energy and was like trying to create something. And of course something super different comes out in the end, and then that was very nice. And the other one was recordings from, I was in India 2000, in the beginning 2020, before the first lockdown, and we did a recording with some traditional musicians there, and yeah, the santur recordings. It's like these sticks where you hammer on this strings, and yeah, was also, yeah, and I kind of tried to create a track out of this, but then I was like, no, let's take out all the rhythmic stuff and just keep it like only melodic and more spheric kind of. So I was, yeah, to have like, yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing creative process, and also quite collaborative. And I think the main thing lockdown's been so good for so many creative people is that you have lots of time to kind of, you know, think about your style and the sort of work you want to put out there. So how has lockdown been for you personally, and how have you managed to kind of, you know, stay creative and positive in your music?
Yeah, that's it's a good question. I think it was, now we are already in the third one. So in the first one, it was, yeah, first of all, fear, because of like, hey, what's going on? All the shows are like disappearing. And then this, we got some support from the government. And was like, this was the relief phase. Then was the creative phase. And I had like a lot of old projects that I just put in, and then was working on these things. I had like another computer, so most of the old projects, when I opened them, a lot of melodic stuff was missing, or things were missing, which was super nice because I just added it myself again new. And so I was very productive in a very short amount of time. I finished all these old projects and kind of refreshed them. And that's how my other EP was was created very fast, Leslie EP. And then also good thing was all in one row, so you have everything. Yeah, you work on a project and the next day you can keep on working on it, and you're not so distracted from traveling or other things. So that's also very nice. And then yeah, otherwise I did just to keep like busy a little bit, like doing like yoga or sports like every day and stuff like this, or going outside to have some routines at least. And yeah, and then also I was very curious in video. So I was really going into like video programs and like how they function, and created my own music video, my first music video, like from the Leslie EP, and a lot of recordings I did in India out of the trains and all these kind of things. And I yeah, did some green screen stuff, and was like really yeah, it was yeah, very nice to just develop new things, and yeah, not to. Yeah, and now I'm working in a vaccine center as well, like, the last
Wow.
4 months.
Multi-talented man. So obviously you're based in Berlin, with your incredibly cool background, and the music scene there is just incredible. I've been a couple of times and it's second to none. How have you found Berlin to have influenced your style and inspired your music?
Yeah, I mean, I have a studio at Holzmarkt, so there's like a lot of artists next to me, and there's like you can always connect and interact with other people and artists, and many of them have more yeah, how you say, yeah, a longer, making music even longer than me, so you can also get some, yeah, nice chats and have some. Yeah, that's very nice. So you can also collaborate with people. Yeah, but I don't know, inspiring for me is mostly when I'm traveling, actually. So this is always where I get very inspired, and it's like also not so much when I'm in the studio. Of course, I'm inspired then as well, but also like a lot of things happen when I'm just riding the train or something. Like most of the times I'm inspired when I'm actually not doing music. But it's like, can we also little rhythms or something that make a rhythm, and like something pops up in my head, and then I'm like trying to capture things, and then yeah, or like watching a movie, or could be anything. Yeah, it's very. But yeah, Berlin is also inspiring for sure. It's like so many artists here around, and yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah, definitely. I think you've touched on a really interesting point there. I think rest is such a key part of any creative process, and just doing lots of yoga, having lots of baths, just relaxing, enjoying your surroundings is definitely key as well. So taking that then, what advice would you give to people that are wanting to kind of get into producing and making music in, you know, the electronic and dance sort of world?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough question. But I can just say what helped for me is like, is always I was always like going for my inner path or whatever, like for my intuition, and not so much trying to go with trends or whatever, like to go with things. Like it's just like to experiment, and to go very to extremes, and try things out, and put things out of the context, and also different perspective. And yeah, to listen to a song, it's usually, I mean, if I work on a song, sometimes I just pitch it down to like 40 BPM and check how it sounds then, and then maybe just take one element and yeah, in a slower speed, or try different algorithms from audio samplings, or how this sounds, and just like, yeah, go to extremes in all kinds of ways, and then find interesting sounds. So this is what I like to do, and also to work. Yeah, that's some advice, and yeah, to go with what you feel. I think.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
I love that. That's brilliant advice. So just to sort of wrap up then, what is next for you? Do you have any upcoming sort of postponed tours, or any sort of plans to collaborate or anything like that?
Yeah, I just joined a new agency. So I'm with the Gardens of Babylon. They have this altitude agency. So I'm very excited when the things are opening again. I mean, in the UK, I heard good news, and hopefully this is true. Let's see.
Yeah, me too.
So also I was talking to friends in the US, and they're also like was like yeah, 2 in a row kind of. First I was talking to a friend from the UK, and then the next day from the US, and I was like just like couldn't stop smiling the next day. So this is a very good news, and I think I'm good prepared when it, I mean, like when it starts again. So I'm very happy and excited to, of course, play shows, but nothing is like planned so far. I mean, if ADE is going to happen, I'm going to play there. That's already confirmed, but let's see if it really happens. So I'm not, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fingers crossed. Thank you so much, Jacob, for taking the time to talk to us today. And if obviously, if you want to listen to Jacob's music, obviously it's just Jacob Groening on SoundCloud, Instagram, and Facebook. But thank you so much, Jacob, and all the best with all of your incredible music.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, what's up?